Good morning. It is June 20th. June 20th. And we got a heat wave across the nation. But see all the pollen, all the flowers and all the pollen all over. First it was dogwood pollen and all the fluffy little snowball things that come off the cottonwood trees. Not dogwood, the cottonwood trees. And now it's just all kinds of flowers, and everything that's floating around in the air is landing on the water, so it just looks like it's snow on the river.
Hi, we're Mark and Mel. After raising 4 amazing daughters who are now raising our 12 grandchildren and helping people on land in the real estate business for over 30 years, we're now realizing our goal of a year-long adventure cruising America's Great Lakes on our boat Paradise. This is a 6,000-mile journey through waterways that include the Atlantic and Gulf intercoastal waterways, Great Lakes, Canadian heritage canals, and inland rivers of America's Midwest cities. Join us as we navigate over 100 locks, explore cities large and small, and experience an unforgettable journey through America's Great Lakes.
Well, we are on our way back on the Erie Canal. We just left Ilion maybe 20 minutes ago. I've got to try to miss a log here. Stick. Small log stick. Hang on. What the heck? What do we got here? Anyway, well, like I said, about 20 minutes into our journey here from Ilion to Lock 20, and we're coming up on what I think is a dredging operation. Just beyond this bridge here, there's obviously something going on, and I think there's some dredging going on, so that'll be fun to watch as we go by. Look where that red marker is. It's all the way over to the left. Ooh, it's getting shallow here.
We just pumped out, we have water, and it's so slightly cooler, so we can head down to Rome. Good morning, Captain.
Good morning, Admiral.
What were you just checking on?
Dinghy. I've got it set down a little bit because potential rain, so we drain. But if we go too fast, the wake will splash up on the motor and jostle it. I wanted to make sure I wasn't jostling it. While we're waiting for the lock, I'm going to raise it all the way up. Right up here on the left, right after this bridge, is the inlet into the dock in Frankfurt.
Down to 9 feet in the channel? No wonder they're dredging.
And in fact, you see the marker up there by the dredge is also the red one, right?
Yeah.
So we have to pass on their, well, pass them on our starboard.
Ooh.
Just 10 feet right here, 22-foot bridge. We got no problem there. Wind is pushing us. Look at that.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Wind is really whipping the bow around today.
Do you have both engines on?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're going to be halfway to the lock before they warmed up anyway, so might as well just run with them.
Yeah. Boy, that wind is kind of nice, though, to keep the coolness,
Look at this, wow.
the temp down.
The autopilot's not even holding it, so I'm going to take over manual.
Wow. It's pretty windy.
I don't think there's anybody on that thing.
Oh, maybe it's just parked.
It's just parked here. Yeah.
Not working right now, I guess. Maybe they're getting ready to start the day. I don't know.
There's not a soul there.
It's pretty early still.
How funny. How funny. So here we are inside Lock 19. That's Child's Play. That trawler right there. Don't know the people directly in front of us. We're on the starboard wall here, and they have the fixed pipes that you can wrap the line around, which makes locking just a ton easier than grabbing the dangling or drop lines or whatever they call them. Like Child's Play has got one there. In fact, that's what they're doing. They've chosen to grab the lines and hold them rather than, or maybe they also have somebody on the pipe itself. I can't tell from here. Here's a better view of the Child's Play. I know they've got at least 3 people on board, so it looks like they've got a crew member holding a bow line and a stern line, and they may have somebody on the pipe at the midship. I can't tell. Water is going up. I haven't looked at the specs, but I think this is about a 20-footer, 20-foot lift. Well, we are approaching Utica, New York, and there is really only one dock right in Utica, which is an option to dock at that we found anyway. And we're coming up on it right now, and it's a restaurant that has a dock, and their current name is Portofino. They used to, I think just last year or so, their name was different. We're coming up here on our port side. And that's the dock right there. And they charge $3 a foot to spend the night there if you use power, $2 a foot if you don't, but we would obviously use power if we wanted to stop there. That's just a little pricey for us, which is a little surprising because most restaurants that have a dock like that actually offer very cheaply or even free just to get the business there in their restaurant. So I did notice, I watched them on Nebo every day, and very, very few other boats, or loopers anyway, that we can see on Nebo have stopped there.
up those doors any minute now. Right here, Captain.
And these guys in this basically fishing boat, center console, they are looping, and they're doing the loop in about 25 days. They left Florida just 5 days ago, and we are on the Erie Canal in upstate New York right now. This is crazy. They're raising money for pediatric cancer, and they got all their sponsors there on the side of their boat, and we'll be watching for them on the Weather Channel for a documentary.
So we just went through Lock 20, and the thing about it is that we were the third boat in, and so we had to tie up on the starboard side, but we were set to tie up on the port side. So I had to really quick take the small bumper, or small fender, that small white fender, and then take another bigger black fender and a line over on this side. So I had to switch from that side, at least one line in the middle section. I had everything else set up. We always have fenders at the stern of each side, which makes it nice. So that all I have to do is take one fender for the rub rail and one fender for the middle to forward section of the boat to have it alternate at a different level lower as the lock rises, because what's going to happen is there'll be different levels, right? So you want to be set up for that. So I usually have the fenders staggered. We don't have any of them horizontal. They're all vertical, which has worked out for us. Just stagger them. But if you're alone, that's a hard thing to do. Mark was able to slow down a little as I ran over and got the, well, I didn't run, but walked fast. There goes child's play. So that's just one thing. If I was alone doing this, I would have so many fenders so that both sides were all set up. That smoke's coming out of that brain. He's gonna make it work with every additional cord we have. It's got a long distance. How long?
It's about 100 feet.
About 100 feet.
About 100 feet we have to cover total.
And the reason is because we want the AC and we want to be able to cook. Otherwise, it wouldn't be such a big deal, but it's very warm.
I'm not concerned if we can cook or not.
Just want AC.
AC is the main thing.
Yeah.
We could survive on the house side with just our existing full batteries and our Bluetti. Well, we're here at Lock 20 on the Erie Canal, and just like all the locks along the Erie, there's a park. Usually at least on one side, and most of the time on both sides of the canal. And there's the lock structures behind us there. And we've got a free wall here on the west side of the lock. And the bonus here is that there happens to be a power pedestal, a single power pedestal, and we were able to connect to it, but it was a bit of an adventure. There's another boat that joined us later that didn't get the primo power that we got. When we came out of the lock right there, as we came through the lock, we had to just kind of turn about 45 degrees to the right for this free wall that they have here. And as we were coming in, we noticed that they do also have a floating dock up here. And this boat, as you can see, this cat went ahead and docked there for the night. And it turns out that that floating dock is actually a little closer to the power pedestal than we are back here, and it might have been a better idea for us to go there, but I felt a little more comfortable on the wall instead of that particular dock. And I wasn't even sure if we were supposed to be using it, because I know it's a launching place for kayaks and such. But this is the power pedestal here, and it's just one 50 amp outlet there, and then on the back side of that pole there is 4, I believe they're 20 amp regular household outlets. The problem we had was we are a long way from that pedestal. In fact, we used our 25-foot 50 amp cord, then we used our 50 amp to 30 splitter. We're only using one of them because of the distance. And from here, this 50 amp or 50 foot 30 amp cord wouldn't make it all the way back to the stern of our boat, which is where it needs to plug in. So we actually had to connect our second 50 foot 30 amp cord to it to run it into or back to the stern of the boat where it connects. So we mainly wanted power today because the temperature is really hot. It's just really warm today, warm and humid, 90 degrees or thereabouts. So that 50 amp that we have connected here is only powering our air conditioning, because we have two 50 amp inputs in the stern of the boat. One goes to the house side and one goes to just HVAC stuff. So, but what we did to get power to the house side is, I don't know if you noticed down here, we've got a orange cord next to the big yellow one. That's our heavy duty 100-foot long just household style or outdoor heavy duty extension cord. We plugged it into one of those 20 amp plugs over there, ran it along, and actually we needed our an additional 50-foot cord we have to plug it into to get back there, and took it to the other 50 amp input, which we happen to have an adapter that is takes a standard 3-plug household style or extension cord style plug and converts it to a 50 amp input. So we're good to go, other than the fact that on that house side with that extension cord off of that 20 amp plug, we've got to be a little bit frugal with what we do on the house side. We can't run a bunch of stuff. But we've had air conditioning since we've been here for several hours, and at the very least we're charging our batteries and keeping them topped off. So all is good at Lock 20. I'm not sure if we're interpreting this correctly, but it sounds like this sign is saying 1,000 feet east of here is where they started digging or building the Erie Canal. That's how I'm interpreting it anyway, which means it's 1,000 feet over that way. That is Whitesboro, New York Middle School. That is quite a school in this little town, Whitesboro.
I can smell all these little wildflowers everywhere. There's a ton of pollen in the water, but it's coming off of all these pretty smelling flowers up here. And green, you smell the greenery and the trees and the pine. It smells so good.
According to a sign we saw up on the highway, right in this area, just about where we're at, is where it all began, where they actually, I guess, broke ground and started digging and creating the Erie Canal. Within a few hundred yards of it or so. Well, I would imagine it's, I guess it could be. I'm gonna climb up there and look.
First day of summer too. Well, it is warm. It's like in the, I think, a low 80s, maybe high 70s. And this is why everything is so green up here. Even though it's warm, it can start raining. But one thing about here is it is beautiful. You have electric. I'm not sure if you have water out of that thing, but that's, see right there is an outhouse. There's no other connection to, no building for a bathroom. So that's what you have here. You got umbrellas.
Well, it's our second morning here at Lock 20. It's about 10 o'clock and it rained really hard for the last hour and a half or so. And we decided we'd like to stay here one more night. It'll be a third night for us, even though the rules on these free docks along the Erie Canal are 2 nights maximum. I just went and talked to the lock tender there and asked him, and he instantly said, oh yeah, no problem at all. Didn't ask or expect any excuse or reason, which is good. But the reason we decided we'd like to stay one more night is we had planned to go to Rome from here, just 10 miles or so, on our way to Sylvan Beach, and spend at least one night in Rome. There's a dock there at a park called Bellamy Park, and we reached out to a looper that stayed there last night and asked him how it was, and they said it was basically terrifying because they said there's a homeless encampment right there, and about 3 a.m. this morning they were boarded by what they believe to be 3 teenagers. They were able to run them off by just shouting at them, and they got off the boat. But people came on board their boat at 3 o'clock in the morning, and they said it was probably something more likely to happen on a weekend night. That was Friday night last night, and so this would be Saturday night if we continued there. Again, another weekend night, because there was a lot of activity, partying going on in the area, that kind of thing. So I think we're going to skip Rome, and there's no issue with us staying here one more night. We have plenty of water, and fortunately we have power. We can run almost everything we need to run electrically from the power that we have. So Lock 20, one more night.
And they have a lot of this kind of style of the Adirondack style of architecture and furniture, rustic.
Cool.
It's kind of neat.
This is really neat.
Yeah.
Not technical though.
Okay.
It's easy.
That sounds good.
We should do it because then you can see the whole Fulton chain.
Okay.
And if you wanted less, we could go to Black Hawk. We can either go to Slicker's, which is like a bar food place, which is fun and lively, or we could just go back. Yeah, right. Yeah, he's just tucked in there.
Oh,
My
cute.
friend loves to go there for what's called
Hats.
hats.
Yeah.
And there, by the way, there's something famous, the Utica greens.
Yeah, if you can get
And
Utica greens, you gotta
it's-
get them either here or
there's
somewhere
certain
else.
Utica
Utica
things you get
greens.
here.
If you ever see that on the menu, get Utica greens.
Oh, okay.
It's like escarole cooked with lima beans and pinto beans.
Oh,
and
fun.
spicy.
There's the
That's the hardware store.
Old Forge
Oh,
Hardware.
wow. Look at that.
You can get anything in there.
Oh, that's cool.
Probably closes by the time we'll get.
There's a
Unless you
hardware
wanna go
store
down.
in.
That's Slicker's, the yellow bar and grill. It's always busy. They're fine, but it's just bar food like every other bar food. But there's first, like, it's itty bitty.
Oh.
They have a municipal swimming, and then you can take your boat out that way, and they all connect together with the exception of a couple.
Oh,
You
fun.
could canoe through them, but you couldn't.
Cute.
Here we are hiking in the Adirondacks.
Very cool.
These trees don't need no stinking dirt.
Awesome. Oh, we're not even at the top yet. Holy cow. Wow. This is amazing.
Say hi to the viewers.
Hey viewers, we're up on Bald Mountain. That's
Bald
Fourth Lake
Mountain.
in the Adirondacks.
Very pretty. Heading up the tower. Bald Mountain. Bald Mountain, is that it?
It's just the
Wow.
giantest around.
Where's Lake Placid?
Way over there. The high peaks are that away.
Okay.
They're too far away to even
Wow,
see.
really that
But
far?
you get, like, there's probably Blue Mountain there. And if you look way in the distance, you can't really say you can see Vermont from here. I think it's too far.
Wow.